It's Sunday, September 8th. I'm Cameron Bailey, Artistic Director of the Toronto International Film Festival. Here's a film that will melt your heart. It's called The Lunchbox, and it's by Indian director Ritesh Batra. It played at the Cannes Film Festival this year to rapturous responses from the audience. It's the story of a man on the verge of retirement working in an office in Mumbai. He has a very regulated life. He does the same thing every day, the same routine, including eating his lunch in the office cafeteria. But one day, the lunch which is delivered to him every day is different. It's the most delicious meal he's ever had. It turns out there's been a mistake and he's received the wrong lunch, but he writes a note back to whoever is going to receive the lunch containers, and that starts up a romance between this woman who is a fantastic cook and living a somewhat lonely life herself in Mumbai, and this man played by the great Indian actor Irfan Khan, who is also lonely, and the two of these characters reach out through the vast masses of one of the biggest cities in the world and are connected by the food that she makes for him and the notes that they begin to send to each other every day. It's a beautiful romance. It really does make you fall in love with both of these characters as they try to find ways to connect across this vast city. That's The Lunchbox by Ritesh Batra. Here are two films that'll make you think. The first is Kisa by the Indian director Anup Singh. This story is set just in the aftermath of partition in 1947, when India and Pakistan became divided countries. And it's the story of a man who lives in that border region. He's a Punjabi. He's played by the incredible Indian actor Irfan Khan. And he is a man who's a very proud father, head of a family. He has a number of daughters. What he really wants is a son. When they finally escape the violence of partition, his wife becomes pregnant, a new child is born. He wants it very much to be a son, but it turns out it's a daughter. He refuses to accept that reality and actually raises this young girl as a boy. And the story is about what happens when this father's will is imposed upon his family, imposed upon the girl, and how they go along with it for quite a while. Fascinating story, terrific performance by Irfan Khan once again, who's proving himself to be really one of the best actors working right now. That film is called Kisa by Anup Singh. October, November is the new film by Austrian director Gott Spielmann, who made Revanche a few years ago. And this is the story of two sisters who could not be more different. One of them is a very glamorous actress who works in movies in Austria, and the other is a very plain homebody who lives in the small hometown where the two girls grew up. And it's the story of what happens behind the surfaces of their lives. One of them appears to have a very enviable life, working as a famous actress in movies, being recognized on the street, but she's deeply unhappy. She is in a series of unsustainable and unsatisfying relationships. Her sister back home seems to have a more happy life and is at the center of the family gatherings, but yet she too has secrets. And when they come together towards the second half of the film, you really begin to see how they were raised and how the history between these two sisters can play out in the present. It's done with great delicacy, great detail and precision, and this is for anyone, I think, who wants to understand how families can surprise you and can show depths of feeling and depths sometimes of dark feeling as well. The film is October, November by the Austrian director Gott Spielmann.